You are Locked On 76ers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Just a clutch. There's no, describe a clutch loss. An absolute clutch loss by the Sixers tonight. I thought, oh man, 15 win at the time. 15 win. Washington Wizards team coming in here. Oh, maybe that Quinten Grimes fella. Maybe he's going to go off. Maybe Guercshon Yabusele is going to go off. And boy, he almost did. He did actually for about 9 minutes. He was going off. And then not so much. But anyway, I was like, maybe the Sixers will win this game. Please don't win this game. You got the Nets and the Raptors playing each other tonight. Hopefully the Nets can rally against the Raptors and win that game. Not happening. Raptors are winning right now, going into the fourth quarter, I believe it is. But just lose this game, tank this game somehow magically. And I saw other than just being terrible at basketball, I saw a couple of tanking moments there from the Sixers. There was one opportunity for Quinten Grimes to have a three. He hesitated. And I'm like, it was in the first quarter. I was like, is he tanking? Is he doing it on purpose? Is he throwing the game? Obviously, I wouldn't think he would, but it was definitely a moment where I thought he just let one rip from beyond the arc, and he didn't, but still finished with 20-plus points tonight. Good for him. But the Sixers lose to the Washington Wizards despite a late run, 119-114. Let's get to the man of the hour.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I can never, ever pick anybody else other than the 76ers because I'm what people like to call a homer, okay? And I got to go not with Quinten Grimes, not with Guercshon Yabusele, who had 15 points in the first 9 minutes of the game tonight. That was something special, but then kind of not so great after that. But the guy who I think I will name the player of the game is not Quinten Grimes, not Guercshon Yabusele. It's Justin Edwards, who got his first career double-double tonight. Justin Edwards finishing, again, just 1 point shy of 20 points, but 19 points for Justin Edwards tonight. 19 points, 10 rebounds, also 5 steals, just 1 turnover for Justin Edwards. He is my player of the game, was pretty consistent throughout the game. I've mentioned Guercshon Yabusele after his 15 minutes in the first 9 minutes of the game. He only finished with 21, so I'll do the math for you. That's 6 points the rest of the way. That ain't great. Also finished with under 10 rebounds, 8 rebounds for him when he's essentially your center by default. That's the way that shook out. But Justin Edwards today, he had 7 rebounds in the final 3. We had 7 rebounds going into, I think it was the final 3 minutes of the game. And then there was a loose ball under the basket. He picks it up, tries to lay it in, misses, gets his own rebound, tries to lay it in, misses, gets his own rebound, tries to lay it in, misses, gets his own rebound. He had his 8th, 9th, and 10th rebounds for the double-double maybe in a second and a half. That's how quick that was going. So Justin Edwards, congratulations. You're our player of the game. Again, hey, another game of him, and you're getting at least close to 20 points, back-to-back over 20 points. 4 games now. 4 games in a row where he's had at least 19 points. So that's something for Justin Edwards to build off of, right? Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next thing here when talking about this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Spoiler, there was no turning point. There was no turning point in this game. There was an establishment, more so than anything. There was an establishing point, and the establishing point was right at the end of the first quarter. Colby Jones, Xavier's own Colby Jones, knocked down a 3 to beat the buzzer to give the Washington Wizards, now you're not going to believe this, their 9th 3 and 45th point of the first quarter. That's a real score. It was 45-29 in favor of the Wizards, thanks to 9 made threes. Really, any of those threes, you could have said, hey, that's the turning point. Sixers' largest lead was for a fleeting moment, and it was 2 points. The Wizards just absolutely dominated this game, literally from jump. 45 points, a season high for the Sixers to allow in an opening quarter. I believe also a season high for the Wizards to score in an opening quarter. So that's something. 9 threes in the first quarter. The Wizards, I don't know what their final number was. I'll punch that up right quick here, but the Wizards the early goings of the fourth quarter were shooting 45% from beyond the arc. They were shooting 45% from beyond the arc. They ended up shooting 40.9% from beyond the arc. The Wizards are the third worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. They are the second worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. Good thing for the Wizards, though, and some of you who have actually followed this dreck of an NBA season for the Sixers may know exactly where I'm going with this. Lucky for them, they face the second worst team in the NBA when it comes to defending against the three. So, advantage Wizards, as it would turn out. As for guys that could certainly be player of the game for them, looking at, I know they alluded to it a number of different times throughout the game tonight, but Alex Sarr went off for them with 24 points, doubling his season average, near doubling his season average. Did the rookie, second overall pick for the Wizards, so he had himself a nice little game there tonight as well. Overall, 24 points in 31 minutes, 7 rebounds. That's what he was able to knock down tonight for the Washington Wizards, and he was 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. So he had a nice little run. 12 of his points, by the way, came in that first quarter. So as Guercshon Yabusele was making things happen for the Sixers in the early going, so was Sarr. So that's the way that shook out. But no turning point in this one, as far as I'm concerned. It was just establishing. When you turn things around in the first quarter, that's just establishing that you're going to dominate this game. The Sixers somehow found some pixie dust in that fourth quarter and actually made it closer than it really was. The largest lead for the Wizards tonight was 16 points, and somehow the Sixers made it a 5-point game, and almost a 3-point. It was a 3-point game there for a second, when in the closing seconds, Guercshon Yabusele charged the basket, looking to lay it in. It was originally called a goaltend. They later reviewed it. It was ruled a block, a good block. And the Wizards came away with their 16th victory of the season, and at the same time handed the Sixers their 50th loss of the year. There is there's two pieces of good news. Two pieces of good news. The first piece of good news, you get a 12-piece of the free chicken with the three different Wizards players missing free throws back-to-back, so that's some free chicken for everybody. Congratulations, South Philadelphia. And then the other the piece of good news here is that there's 9 games left in the season. 9 games left of whatever this is. This tankathon that the Sixers have going on right now. This tankapalooza. And tonight, I really thought they did the impossible. And you know what? I mentioned a couple of Quinten Grimes passed up on that 3 in the early goings. I very much doubt. Largest lead, by the way, for the Wizards was 18 points. Excuse me. But I mentioned earlier, Quinten Grimes passed up on that ball. If you're going to really look at a team that is really trying to lose, the Wizards had 11 turnovers tonight, more than double what the Sixers had. They had 5 turnovers tonight, the Sixers. That's where I would expect the team to start giving the ball away. Now, the Sixers, guys like Quinten Grimes, guys like Justin Edwards, guys like Guercshon Yabusele, who's just back in the NBA, these guys aren't going to put bad things on film intentionally. That's why I actually, when I see these guys make a run, even if it's in the later stages of the game and they make a run, I love it because I want these guys to do well. I want them to put something good on film for their next team. I want them to put something good on film, as we've been talking about all season long, which is just, okay, maybe you're a guy that can help with this team next year. Maybe Guercshon Yabusele is a guy that can help this team next year. Maybe Adem Bona is the legit backup center to Joel Embiid next year if he doesn't retire. Maybe that's what we get out of this season. Oh, yeah. And, keeping your top 6 pick, which, by the way, I'll try to give you the closest I possibly can to this. Oh, yeah, that's just terrible. That is terrible. The Toronto Raptors right now in the fourth quarter are up on the Brooklyn Nets 103-74. So I think you could book it that the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers are again going to have the same exact record after tonight with 9 games left in the season for the Sixers. Hey, that's some fun stuff. We're having fun. This is a good time. When we come back, we'll talk about what I think you're going to be talking about tomorrow. And I think it's going to involve a different surface of play, one with grass and dirt as opposed to hardwood. We'll talk about that when we return. This is Locked On 76ers Postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Back after this. Game Time app. You guys taking advantage of all the Game Time app has to offer. Nothing like watching a basketball game live, the energy, the crowd, sound of the sneakers squeaking away on the court. Maybe a celebrity sighting or two on the court. Maybe that. I saw that Will Smith fella. He was on the sidelines. He was really he rang the bell. He smacked the hell out of that bell, man. Did you see him before the game? He went to town on that bell. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, that all took place before the game tonight. But if you want to catch a game in person and maybe you have a celebrity sighting of your own, Game Time's where it's at. New feature on Game Time Picks. Filters out all the fluff and shows you all the best deals and the best seats so you don't have to waste time literally scrolling through your phone for thousands of different tickets. No, where's the best tickets? Right there. Boom. Game Time Picks on the Game Time app. Makes that easy for you. Easy peasy when it comes to ticket shopping. I just checked the Game Time app. And there's amazing deals right there waiting for you. Super deals as well. Game Time Picks even highlights those super deals, giving you the best bang for your buck. Peace of mind with the seats as well. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets. You have peace of mind when you get the guaranteed lowest price. If you find tickets on another site for less, Game Time will credit your account 110% of the difference. How about that? Take the guesswork out of buying those tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONNBA. That's Locked On NBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the redemption code Locked On NBA. That's LOCKEDON NBA for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. What time is it? Game time. So here's the way I think this goes down tomorrow.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Not the Sixers. I don't think you're going to be talking about the Sixers tomorrow. You might be saying, oh, my God, they lost to the Wizards? That's amazing. That's about as far as that will go. But other than that, you're like, hey, the Phillies! The Phillies are playing. That's probably what you're going to be talking about tomorrow. You might mention the Nets getting blown out by the Raptors, so they maintain the same record as the Sixers. But then right back to the Phillies. Now, I'm going to take this time for a shameless promotion that not only do we only have 9 games left when it comes to the 76er season, we only have 9 postcasts left. Hopefully, I think there's a couple conflicts. Maybe there won't be. So maybe fewer than 9 postcasts. I haven't done the math yet. Stay with me. But 9 postcasts maybe for the Sixers left in the season. 9 postcasts left on Locked On Sports Philadelphia's YouTube channel. Because all baseball season long, you guys can catch me doing postcasts on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Connor Thomas has you. You're in the great hands of Connor Thomas throughout the week with Locked On Phillies daily podcast from Connor Thomas. But I will be on after every Phillies game this season, breaking it all down for you. So I look forward to that after the 4:05 start time in D.C. tomorrow. I'll be on Locked On Phillies postcast, breaking it all down with you wonderful people. I have another fast 15 minutes for you, breaking it all down when it comes to the Phillies season this year on Locked On Sports, Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. So guys, just like last year, catch me right over there doing your postcast. Look forward to it. I love baseball, and I look forward to this Philly season because I do have them making the post season. So that'll be a very, very good time. As far as this Sixers squad goes, beyond the Phillies, this Sixers squad, Guercshon Yabusele, I mentioned his 21 points tonight after 15 in the first 8 minutes of the game. He was 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Justin Edwards, those are the numbers for you right there. 19 points, 10 boards, first career double-double. And this is shortly after Quinten Grimes had his first and second career double-doubles on their 6-game road trip where they only managed to win 1 game. But Quinten Grimes also dishing 5 assists tonight. Jeff Doughton back in the lineup, 11 points. Ricky Council, 13 points in your starting lineup tonight to go along with 6 rebounds. Struggled from beyond the arc, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc for him. Jared Butler led the bench scoring tonight, 14 points. He was able to give the Sixers off the bench, 5 rebounds from him, 4 of 7. You got to love that from beyond the arc for Jared Butler. Not in the starting lineup tonight, but coming off the bench. And congratulations, Philip Wheeler, making his Sixers and NBA debut. Marcus Bagley also got some minutes for those Sixers tonight. So that was nice to see as more guys are getting into the rotation. If if the Sixers, when they're back at it Saturday night against the Heat, 7:30. If that is, and it most likely will be, their 50th starting lineup of the season, where do we hold the parade? Do we parade around the practice facility in Camden? 50 starting lineups, that's something. That's something special. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll celebrate that when the time comes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Locked On Sports Philadelphia, Locked On 76ers postcast here on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. I will be back with you guys on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel tomorrow night, following the Phillies opening up their season against the Washington Nationals. Can't wait for the first pitch. Zach Wheeler taking to the hill tomorrow afternoon for your Fightin' Phils. See you guys then on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. I'm Mark Farzetta. Have a great rest of your night.